Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Yogesh Pawar, founder of School of Inspirational Leadership and the digital platform called SILUNIVERSITY. 10 सालों से लगातार हम अपनी गर्दन नीचे करके फोकस करके काम कर रहे हैं। MSMEs के साथ लगभग 18,000 से ज़्यादा लोगों को हमने ट्रेन किया हुआ है, 1000 से ज़्यादा प्रोजेक्ट्स कंप्लीट किए हुए हैं। We are initiating Inspiring India movement with all those case studies, all those stories who've grown and made successful businesses. In just the tenure of 3 or 5 years, in the last 5-6 years, you've seen these businesses growing. ये अलग अलग तरीके के बिजनेसेस हैं, कोई मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में है, कोई ओपेक्स बिजनेस है, कोई केपेक्स बिजनेस है, कोई एंड ऑफ लाइन पैकेजिंग है, कोई कंज्यूमर ड्रिवन बिजनेस है, कोई सर्विसेज भी हैं। हम आपके सामने लेके आ रहे हैं ऐसे कुछ बिजनेसेस, 26 स्टोरीज। ये सारी 26 स्टोरीज में एक कॉमन पैटर्न है, वो है ग्रोथ, वो है स्केल। ये सारी बिजनेसेस ने एक विजन देखा और उस विजन के साथ आगे बढ़ते चले गए। फॉर टुडे वी हैव M Square इंजीनियर्स, दी कूलिंग टावर एक्सपर्ट्स। आप जानते हैं कूलिंग टावर क्या होता है? आप सोचिए, अगर एक फैक्ट्री में, एक बहुत बड़ी फैक्ट्री में अगर हवा बाहर ही नहीं निकलेगी तो क्या वो फैक्ट्री चल पाएगी? तो ये जो बड़े बड़े डोम्स दिखते हैं आपको, जब भी आप किसी अहमदाबाद से गुजरते हो, किसी वलसाड़ से गुजरते हो, जब ये बड़े बड़े डोम, उसमें से धुआं बाहर निकल रहा है, वो जो डोम्स बनते हैं इसे कूलिंग टावर्स कहते हैं। इस कूलिंग टावर की कंपनी जो पुणे में स्थित है, ये 25 साल पहले शुरू हुई और ये शुरू करने वाले थे श्री मोहन अंतुरकर जी। आज इनकी सेकंड जनरेशन भी इनके साथ है और बहुत ही बेहतर तरीके से ये बिजनेस स्केल अप कर रहे हैं। आज लगभग इस पूरे इंटरव्यू में हम समझने की कोशिश करेंगे कि शुरू क्यों किया था, किस तरीके से किया था, क्या अड़चनें आई, किस तरीके से वो आगे बढ़ते चले गए, सेकंड जनरेशन कैसे अंदर आई, किस तरीके से सेकंड जनरेशन को ग्रूम किया गया और बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट, अब फ्यूचर क्या है, किस तरीके से ये कंपनी आगे जाएगी। सो शुरू करते हैं हमारा सेकंड इंटरव्यू ऑफ इंस्पायरिंग इंडिया मूवमेंट विथ M Square इंजीनियर्स राइट नाउ। आज हमारे साथ 3 अंतुरकर्स हैं और ये 3 अंतुरकर्स फर्स्ट और सेकंड जनरेशन में हैं। ये फर्स्ट जनरेशन जिन्होंने शुरू किया, सेकंड जनरेशन जो और इक्विप हुई और पढ़ के आए और शुरू किया और बिजनेस स्केल अप करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं और बार बार लगातार सक्सेस भी पा रहे हैं। हमारे साथ आज है श्री मोहन अंतुरकर जी, समीर अंतुरकर एंड करण। अब ये ट्रायो आपको बताएगा कि ये बिज़नेस कैसे शुरू हुआ। सो मोहन जी, वेलकम टू इंस्पायरिंग इंडिया मूवमेंट। ये स्टोरी हम पूरी इंडिया में स्प्रेड करना चाहते हैं कि किस तरीके से आपने बिज़नेस को स्केल अप किया। बट शुरुआत करने से पहले आप अपने अपने रोल्स बता दीजिए, क्या रोल्स आज आप प्ले कर रहे हो? पहले आप सारा करते थे, आज क्या रोल्स हैं सबके?
Today, I think, let me express a gratitude to my all elders that now the next generation, Samir, is already taking care of almost 80-90% of the times he is able to substitute me. And Karan is helping to show the future vision, future growth to Samir. And I think we will definitely go global.
क्या बात है. So that's where you're looking at.
Yes.
And Samir, what is the core that you take care of?
I am basically taking care of the engineering part mainly and the entire execution. I mean order to execution.
So order to execution आपके हाथ में.
Yes.
Karan, what do you take care in the company now?
तो सर ऑर्डर लेके आने के लिए टू फाइंड न्यू कस्टमर्स फ्रॉम द एग्जिस्टिंग, जैसे आपने कहा ग्रोथ जरूरी है, मतलब ग्रोथ करने के लिए हम यहाँ आए हैं और MSMEs की ग्रोथ है, तो ग्रोथ के लिए वी नीड टू एक्सप्लोर न्यूअर एरियाज, न्यू ओशंस फॉर अस टू ग्रो, और वो मैं कर रहा हूँ।
क्या बात है, वंडरफुल। सो सर, अब आपका क्या रोल है? मतलब 25 साल, 25 years, 25-30 years, अब आपका क्या रोल है?
No, today I am just trying to support them. You know, they show I was trained in the symbiosis that the GM or the MD is at the bottom. If you typically see any organization structures, we show the MD at the top
MD and everybody else.
So whereas the thought process is I am at the bottom because I am trying to assist these people.
Wonderful.
So this is
that's how the thought process is. So basically you now become the mentor of the entire business, coach, business coach of your own business.
I can say that.
Wonderful, very nice. ये शुरुआत कब हुई? क्या था thought process कि कूलिंग टावर में क्यों?
You know, I used to teach this subject, plant engineering and relevant subjects in the engineering college in Pune. This is my specialization.
So आप खुद ही टीचर हो? वहाँ से शुरुआत हुई?
Yes.
Okay.
And in '99, I had been to Japan for an entrepreneurship development program.
Okay.
So I got two major triggers there. The one is, when we were discussing towards the end of the program, what is your objective? So we were all talking. There were some more entrepreneurs from India. We were all talking that we want to grow, we want to expand, we want to go global, all those things. Whereas the time came, we started asking the same question to Japanese entrepreneurs. And the Japanese entrepreneurs, when we asked this question, they said we want to help the nation. So we were all looked very small. So that was a turning point. And I said, if I have already a basic acumen in the plant engineering, I should work on this to save energy for the nation.
Okay.
So this was one trigger.
So वहाँ से trigger आया.
वहाँ से trigger. And the second trigger from the same Japan is, in Japan, I think we all of us know that there are hotels, there are industries which are running for 300, 400, 500 years. If you see on Google, there's a hotel which is running for the last 1200 years.
Correct.
So definition of MSME itself is different in Japan. We talk about some kind of investment of 20 crores, 50 crores in India, whereas they say the MSME is a one which is running for the last 300 years and which wants to run for another 400, 500 years.
क्या बात है. So that is what the spark came up.
That's the spark is.
But ये जर्नी मतलब शायद कोई 10 साल के बारे में सोच नहीं पाता, आपने 200 साल के बारे में सोच लिया. Is that how it works? But in the process, क्या वैल्यू रही है, संस्था की वैल्यू क्या रही है? What is the basic value that you have harnessed as the leader of the organization?
There are two different things when you talk about values. One is obviously ethics is obviously is a bottom line, is at the root of the company, I will say. But the second point is if somebody is in the pain. So in this industry, probably I'll take this pride that we are the only company who is talking about giving solutions. And without talking anything negative about the competition, people are talking about product selling. Whereas we talk about giving the solutions, because I have seen in the industry, I read the books those days also, that the industry is suffering for the performance of the cooling towers, they are suffering for the extra power consumption, they are suffering for the extra water consumption, they are suffering for the entire process losses because of non-performance of the utilities. So I thought some innovative ideas can be given to this industry, and I am absolutely very happy to share with you that in the last 20 years probably we have given more than 200 ideas to the industry, and we have saved till date more than 500 crores worth of energy. Yes, and it is all documented. We have got the certificates from major industries like Reliance, like Vedanta, like Finolex Industries, like GFL, and it is all documented.
But when you said, okay, you have been working on the entire process, the engineering plays a very important role. So Samir, question to you, how do you actually conceptualize this entire engineering piece? क्या होता है कि कौन सी चीज़ों पे सबसे ज़्यादा focus होता है आपका?
There are two major things in engineering what we take care of. One is the thermal engineering part and second is the structural part, which plays an important role in any cooling tower, basically being into a structure and performance oriented. So we have got some software which is backed up from USA, and those are all CTI approved software which we use for thermal designing or thermal sizing of the cooling towers, and that is why we are very confident about our cooling tower design for performance wise. And second is we use softwares for structural analysis.
So all of these softwares are created in-house. You have amended them, made them like of how you want it, or kya?
No, some are product based and some are customized as per our requirement.
Okay. That probably gives you a cutting edge in the market. Okay. Let me now move to Karan. When you say sales or marketing, what is your conceptualization? Concept क्या है आपका? क्योंकि ये कोई मतलब मोबाइल नहीं है, ये तो जगह पे चीज़ बनती है. Is that कूलिंग टावर तो जगह पे बनता है, उसी साइट पे बनता है, तो ये इन्वेस्टमेंट भी बहुत बड़ी तगड़ी लगती है. आप कैसे क्या प्रोसेस है आपके दिमाग में, कैसे चलता है ये?
So sir, as our founder member stated that we are into solution giving, and the pains that we encountered till date, अब 500 करोड़ तक का हमने सेविंग किया पूरे इंडस्ट्री में. सो अब हम चाहते हैं 5000 करोड़ का करें, क्योंकि पेन्स उतने हैं, बस रियलाइज़ नहीं हो रहे. इंडस्ट्री में ड्यू टू द कन्वेंशनल मेथड्स और अपग्रेडेशन नहीं करने की वजह से या रेक्टिफिकेशन ना करने की वजह से ये पेन्स हो रहे हैं. तो 500 का 5000 करोड़, क्योंकि हमारे दिमाग में नेशन फर्स्ट है, तो बस वो अपॉर्चुनिटी ढूंढते रहो और उसके ऊपर काम करते जाओ.
So I think the government of India, the Prime Minister of the country, all are talking about the similar things of CO2 emission and stuff like that. How important is your the cooling tower in this entire gamut of CO2 emission and all of that?
I think cooling towers plays a vital role in this. Now, the fact of the technology is, any heat is generated has to be thrown out into the atmosphere.
Correct.
So there is a contradiction. Probably this is adding to the global warming also. But right now there is no cheapest way as of today. But this research is going on, and we are also conducting an organized research to further improve upon that. But another part is in connection with your question is we are also talking about green towers.
Okay. Yes. क्या आप थोड़ा और बता पाएंगे? What do you mean by green tower?
As of today, the cooling towers are evolved from the material of construction right from RCC. So earlier they were RCC, but the RCC investments are very high and they're time consuming also for bigger projects. Then the option came of steel, then the option came of timber, and now the option is of FRP. Now, but the FRP is the sustainability is a problem. So again, we are exclusively spending time, money, and the knowledge.
So you're doing some organized research now?
Organized research is going on, and that is where we are trying to go on the sustainable.
Okay.
And let me happily share with you all that already 80% of the success is achieved.
Okay.
And probably within the next 6 months we should be ready with our.
So this is going to be an innovation in
this would be an entire innovation in the industry.
Market,
it will be a breakthrough also.
क्या बात है sir, क्या बात है. Good. So this takes us to the next part of it. I mean, I have heard you speaking a lot of times that you generally very happy and smiling. How does it resonate in the culture of the company? क्या होता है? Company में क्या होता है?
That's a good question. Actually, my dad used to say, the word tiredness is not in his dictionary. The word boredom is not in his dictionary.
Okay.
And I have been brought up in the same way.
Yeah.
And probably I tried to teach Samir and Karan also. And now, in case we are sitting in some professional or informal groups, and if somebody says he is tired or bored, they will just give me a smile. Yeah. He is talking something wrong.
Okay.
So probably I always say, passion and tiredness cannot coexist. If you have a passion, then tiredness cannot be there.
I'll repeat it, for everybody, that passion and tiredness cannot coexist. And such a wonderful learning that all of us should have. So thank you very much for sharing that. ये सवाल आपकी तरफ है और शायद आप दोनों की तरफ भी आएगा कि आप एक ही फैमिली से हो. ओके. हाउ डू यू डिफरेंशिएट कि प्रोफेशनली बात करनी है या फैमिली वाइज? क्योंकि कभी कभी तो पापा बाहर आते होंगे या बिजनेसमैन बाहर आता होगा. हाउ डू यू हैंडल दैट? What do you do?
I think, let me again express gratitude to both my elder brothers and even Bhabiji also. So because they have tremendous faith on me. They have showered a lot of trust on me. So it in fact that increases my responsibility. So they know that the future of their son is in the safe hands.
Wonderful.
So and they have that faith that whatever I will do will be in the interest of their career, their profession, their earnings, and nothing else beyond that.
Wonderful.
So I think I am blessed to have those kinds of elders in my family.
Okay, but when you deal with them, कभी tough discussions होंगे या क्या? आप कैसे handle करते हो?
Right from the day one when they joined this business, I have told each and every the next generation family members that whenever I try to tell their weaknesses, or if I try to tell their some sort of problems because of which the growth can be hampered. So I said, don't link my love with this kind of things. So my love as an uncle, as a father is always there and it will be there. But as a owner of this company, I will have to tell you what I am supposed to tell you.
Wonderful, very nice, very nice.
And I think they have taken it very sportingly, but let them answer. Yeah.
But Samir, ऐसा होता है कभी the confusion between uncle and the leader of the organization?
Confusion तो ऐसा होता नहीं है. See, honestly, we are into a family business, so everything it is revolving around cooling towers, day in and day out. So there is nothing as such personal, there is nothing as such professional. So it is all together part. And the important part, what he always tells us, ki focus on what is important and who is important.
क्या बात है. So be on the objective rather than the person.
Correct. And that is why I think we are trying to do it. And yes, second part is we have 100% faith on him. And that is why we are with him.
Karan, how do you handle this? Because at the end of the day, he's your father also. Somebody who's pampered you.
No, that's not only pampered you but also beaten. so probably I am in a much easier state to handle this. So I have no confusion because I have been living this.
So it becomes easier.
It becomes easier for me. It's you see, the family cultured organization, we don't take anything personally because that's the understanding which we have, and that's probably the 25 years history that says. That is the reason we are standing for 25 years.
So does it become difficult to hire somebody from outside professionally?
No, not
क्योंकि फैमिली का एक कल्चर है, लोग हैं, पर बाहर वाला इंसान आ रहा है, वो हैंडल हो पाता है? कैसे आप मैनेज करते हैं? How do you incubate that person who's coming from outside?
No, in fact, in the last 20 years, it has been proved again and again that whosoever is coming from the outside, they also get bonded because of this culture.
क्या बात है?
So I always tell in a lighter mood that अगर आप आते हैं मेरे साथ तो जाने का रास्ता is as per my terms.
Okay, but ये जैसे हम सारी चीज़ें बात कर रहे हैं अभी, ऐसा कोई इंसिडेंस जो सच में कंपनी को ब्रेक कर देता या सिस्टम शायद प्रेशर में आ जाती, ऐसा कोई इंसिडेंस कभी आज तक हुआ है? एक हुआ है, बहुत हुए हैं?
At least two, but one is far bigger than the other one.
Okay. Just share that story.
It was way back 10 years back. We were doing one important project. At that time, it was almost a few crores worth of project for us, and very prestigious project. We were doing a turnkey project at Vedanta Lanchikad. I can say that the site also. And unfortunately, the entire material got burnt. And the value of the material which got burnt was over 1.5 crore. And that was a Saturday morning.
And how many years before?
This was almost 10-12 years back.
Okay, so
10-12 years back.
So your turnovers and at that time were not that.
Not at all. So I mean, let me tell you very proudly. Probably we do not have the recordings of that day, but the lady staff, those who were there at this, I mean, they are still there today with us.
Wonderful.
And they literally, everybody was in tears. Now what will happen to the company? And I don't know, by the blessings of the elders, I was very cool. Absolutely the same cool which right now I am with you. And I said ki somebody is testing me. See, even if I say I am positive, that should be tested
by somebody. Yeah. How do you get an?
So how do you get how do you say that? Yeah. So I said somebody is testing me, and I was rock solid positive. God is great. I said now this means I have to visit to the customer, and it was Saturday morning. The distance from here was by train was 28 hours almost, and it was Saturday, and there was no point in going on Sunday because Sunday is a weekly off there. So immediately on the same day evening I started traveling. I told my customer, the end user, that I am reaching there on Monday morning.
So आप वहाँ पे पहुँचे पहले, उसके बाद क्या हुआ? Because we'll go detail and deep into it. कैसे हैंडल किया? क्योंकि 1.5 करोड़ 10 साल पहले ये एक बड़ी रकम थी, राइट? सो कैसे हैंडल किया और निकले कैसे वहाँ से? ये ज़रूर समझने की कोशिश करेंगे.
When I went there, almost a team of 12 to 15 people, they were all sitting in a round table conference, and I was alone on the other side. And they said. One or two people started slightly firing me also, how this accident has happened. One positive incident out of this is actually there was not a किसी को खरोच भी नहीं आई थी, material burn हुआ था. All people were safe, so thank God. So one or two, but the others were probably trying to keep cool, and they wanted to understand what is my plan. So, a lot of suggestions came, you should have done this, you should have done that, this, that. So, after 15-20 minutes of the communication from that side, they kept quiet and they said, now you tell us. I said, sir, number one is probably I will need time to rectify this, but at any cost, I will rectify and I will need at least 6 months.
Okay.
I will try to save on that. I do not know how much time it will take, but maximum 6 months. I will try to save on that. And till then, I will need your patience and support.
Okay.
And
So
you
क्या
have
आपके
to
पास प्लान था 6 महीने का?
I truly speaking नहीं था.
Okay.
Truly speaking नहीं
But
था.
ये एक feeling थे,
But एक
commitment
feeling थी because I knew what are the damages are done, and I also knew कि how fast I can do it based on my previous 10 years of experience.
क्या बात.
So I said I am here till tomorrow. So by end of the day I will give you the exact plan as to how fast I can rectify it. And I said till then I am not going to ask you the extra money or something like that. So this is all. It is my responsibility. I am going to take care, and I'll do it. And I mean, I started going. I went to the plant. I understood and found out whatever it is. We made the analysis with our engineers, and at the end of the day, I said 4.5 months. So till 4.5 months, you will have to have your patience.
Okay.
And unanimously, they decided to trust me and support us because of the sincerity and the attitude displayed in that crisis.
Wonderful, very nice.
Extremely.
So it was nothing engineering that worked there. What worked is sincerity and
Sincerity and trustworthiness. So I always tell my own family and my own friends that sometimes the perception is the love is a very strong and important emotion. But I said not love. It is the trust which is much more important than the love. So that is how they trusted me, and we finished that project in 4.5 months. They gave me a brilliant certificate, and let me admit, till that day, last 12 years from Vedanta Lanjigad, not a single job is awarded to any other competitor. Not a single job.
So उस दिन से लेके आज तक वो
they
कस्टमर
are so happy.
या
They are so happy.
हमेशा आपके
Yes, and in fact they suggested our name to the world knows that Vedanta took over the Hindustan Zinc's all plant. So Hindustan Zinc, which is running at Chanderia, Debari, Dariba, Jhawar, they suggested our name to all those plants, and in the last 12 years we have started serving all those plants.
Wonderful, very nice. So this is
So I always say tough times do not last, tough people do last.
absolutely correct.
And without the war there is no medal.
You need to have if you want a medal, you got to get it.
Yeah, you have to go through the war if you want to have a medal.
So Sameer, with this kind of motivation all around, what do you think is the future plan for M Square? From an engineering point of view, of course.
Right. So we have always focused customer first. This is what is it. अभी तो वो ज़हन में आ गया है कि customer first. Now with this thought in mind, we are trying to give the solutions to the customers which are actually better in engineering, like in terms of anything which can save power, anything which can save water, anything which can save time in terms in shutdown situations. So that will enhance their productivity is what we are trying to give it.
So that's where you guys are moving now.
Yes.
So innovation typically is innovation is the word that you have picked up. And how about you? What's the future that you see for M Square? Where is M Square going?
So sir, that's what I said before, that we want to go global and keep on, not just the nation first, of course nation is the first, but globally we want to spread the ideas that has been developed by M Square for the betterment of industries, so that the industries and all around the globe it can be benefited, because our vision is very clear, sustainable and towards something that is aim that is bigger than this company, that is bigger than any of the individual of us. So that is how it makes me going, and that is how the culture that is motivating me, and we come up with different ambitions that we need to accomplish.
Great. Anybody, I am just throwing this open, who may want to take this question. How are you directly connected to Make in India? Anybody? Maybe Mohan sir, you would start.
No, it is earlier, the internal component design engineering, maybe 20-30 years back, people used to import. But we see, sometimes we say, we use the word blessing in disguise. So, those things were expensive. So we started searching all those designs, engineering in India, through magazines, through books, through in the last 10-12 years through Google. So we developed all of our engineering new ideas with the resources which were available here only.
Wonderful. So everything is now indigenized.
100%.
So nothing is for cooling towers that you build, nothing comes from outside.
Nothing comes
और ये transition आपने कितने सालों में किया?
I think in the last 10 years.
10 years. So सारे resources यहाँ पे बना
Yes.
के डेवलप करके
Yes.
किया. Wonderful, very nice. एक important element ये दिखता है कि what kind of services now M Square is building. कौन से वर्टिकल्स में जा रहे हैं, किस तरीके की सर्विसेज हम आगे कस्टमर्स को दे रहे हैं.
See, now currently we are into, new projects as well as revamping, upgradation of the cooling towers, and one of the vertical which we are now started, focusing is the rental cooling towers, and those cooling towers are actually a green cooling towers again.
Okay. So your innovation and now the new vertical of renting is what you're starting. Wonderful. And how do these rented towers operate? ये pick and play है, क्या है?
These are 100% plug and play.
Okay.
See, now the challenge to the customer is always, whenever there is a problem with the customer process or cooling tower side, is the time frame. So what we have done is we have innovated a cooling tower which is actually a plug and play. It can be mounted over a trailer, so it can be moved within 24 hours anywhere in the country, and it has to be just plugged and play to their system. That's it.
Wow, wonderful. तो मतलब रेफ्रिजरेटर आता है या AC आता है वैसे.
Exactly.
क्या बात है.
And then the entire plant they can start it within 24 hours.
Wonderful, very nice. How about when you today talk about engineering, how do you select your engineers? क्या आप देखते क्या हैं उन engineers को hire करते वक्त जब आपकी कंपनी में आपको लेना है?
See, there are two things actually I look into it. One is what are the basics they are having, the basic knowledge what they have got in engineering, right from even unit of measurement. I check with unit of measurement, honestly. And second is what is their thought process for selecting any of the thing, whether they are only a conventional selectors or a non-conventional selectors. I would prefer a non-conventional selector because who will think alternatively, like alternative material of construction, alternative way of erection and everything.
Wonderful. So that's when you look at an engineer, you're looking at कि ये alternate solutions ला सकता है क्या, and basic सही है क्या. That's what you look at. Karan, when you also are hiring now, you are also doing your sales and stuff like that. What do you look in a sales engineer or something like that?
So sir, for anywhere I will first look at the approach of the person. For sales, you need to be extremely patient. You need to be extremely dynamic. And that is what I see in a person. If he is patient enough to sustain the heat of the sales and growth and marketing. So if that kind of the mixture of the attitude is there, because that has worked for me, and my gurus have taught that unless you are fired, you cannot be a sales guy.
क्या बात है. Wonderful. One more statement from the sun. Huh? Very good. But Mohanji, what is the basic philosophy if somebody wants to come and join M Square Engineer as a vendor, as a supplier, as an employee? What is the basic necessity for him to come into your doors? क्या है? ये होना चाहिए, उसके अलावा अंदर आदमी आ नहीं सकता.
The attitude has to be positive. So they say that there is a caste triangle, knowledge and skills, and the base is attitude.
Correct.
So I, just like Samir said, he will try to judge the basics of engineering. I will try to judge the basics of attitude. If the attitude is positive, probably we are willing to train.
So you are willing to invest?
We are willing to invest time to train the people.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is why probably it won't be an exaggeration. In the last 15 years, I think in 2014, Modi ji started talking about skills and training development, and by the grace of God, we are already doing since last 15 years.
Yeah, but I think you also got awarded for something.
Yes, we have got an award as the best MSME in the training and skills by Aditya Birla Group.
Wow. So so much of training happens in the company.
Yes, every quarter, either Samir or Karan or myself, we go to the site at various sites and we call the people together. And the vision is, the ambition or the vision you can say. I always compare, because this is a service industry, and if you compare with any flight which is going, people talk about the heights of hospitality. So I said any engineer in charge, whosoever is coming at the site and asking about the cooling towers progress or the development in the site. So I have told my people that they should make him feel that you are flying in the flight. So that kind of services should be there. और हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं कि नियत अच्छी होनी चाहिए.
Correct.
और मराठी में भी एक कहावत है जो हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट करी जा सकती है कि कर नहीं चला डर क्यों है.
Absolutely.
तो अगर कुछ गलत दिमाग में नहीं है तो डरने का क्यों है.
तो अब
तो
इंसान
दैट
आगे
नियत,
बढ़ता
हाँ, नियत
है।
अच्छी
नियत
होनी
has to be
चाहिए.
साफ. Yes, right.
So what they say, you know, if the time is forgotten, if you have delayed, it is forgotten. But if the quality and attitude is displayed bad, if the behavior is displayed bad, it will never be forgotten.
Wonderful, right?
It is not the contents, what you say, but how you say is very important.
Absolutely, sir.
So
Absolutely.
so these trainings are imparted to our people, and I can guarantee that none of my people will misbehave.
क्या बात है,
Yes.
क्या बात है. So that's what is the total workforce now, Sameer, that we have, engineering staff and the top, everybody. I mean,
So there would be around 250 plus employees.
250 plus employees across.
Across
And
the
how about the people who are doing the jobs and stuff like that, the blue collars also?
Yes,
All put together, you are to 250. So you started this journey with one person, that is you,
Yeah.
then family, and now it's 250.
Yeah.
Very nice. What's the future plan? कितने लोग शायद M Square में काम करेंगे अगले 3-4-5 साल में?
I think that would go around more than 600 plus in next 2 years.
Very good. So that's the motivated
That's the motivation.
second generation. I have one question to you. You said you want to go global and stuff like that. Is there any specific areas of the country that you want? I mean, the globe that you're trying to reach, or anything? So.
We wherever possible, frankly, to be on a very starting note. But right now we have touched the GCC area.
Okay.
We have
So
bit
you're
of
now in GCC.
Yeah, we are moving our things in GCC. Then we further to that we also have our presence in the African continent. There also we are pitching. Not immediately, but I mean 5-10 years down the line, we also want to touch Latin America and USA.
So while you are in this journey, how do you upgrade yourself? करते क्या हैं आप?
No, they say that learning increases earnings, and when the roots are strong, fruits will be strong. So probably by the grace of God, again my father, he has spent a lot of time in the learning. So similarly, Karan and Sameer also they focus on learnings, and I am also grateful to Dr. Yogesh that we've been learning a lot from SIL in the last 2.5 years.
But do you when I say is it just ongoing learning and all, or is it focused learning? कि focus करके कुछ मतलब कुछ objective रख के उसे पढ़ना, क्या difference है? क्योंकि हम कहते हैं ज़िंदगी सीखने की चीज़ है, सीखते हम तो बचपन तक मतलब मरने तक रहते हैं and all those things. What is the difference between what has you as a team have experienced? Difference between focused learning और सीखते जाना. What is the difference?
I would love to add one point in this. There is a law of mentorship. If you can go on the Google, you will understand. This is originated by Newton.
Okay.
And it is on his name, it is written on Google.
Okay.
And he says that the one who is mentored will have 5 times speed more than the other one.
क्या बात है?
So and this kind of learning, unfortunately, I have been working for RISE also. If you can see this,
Yes.
I have been working for RISE also, which is an NGO for supporting MSMEs.
Absolutely.
So I have seen, unfortunately, people don't understand. The entrepreneurs don't understand the importance of learning. But once they test it,
Then there's it's a red pill of matrix, huh? It's a red pill.
so they say that they say that you keep on crying and then learn and then achieve something. Rather than that, with happily you learn something and then you implement, so that you reduce the number of the intensity of the pain.
Unnecessary.
Intensity of the pain.
Wonderful. How do you focus on learning? What do you generally focus on learning?
I mean, personally, I focus mainly upon the objective based only. See, being into an operation, it is always about the time frames, like TATs.
Correct.
So everything has to
is
be
TAT.
TAT. So that is why it is always an objective kind of focus.
So you have you decided for yourself कि पूरे साल भर में X amount of time में पढ़ने लिखना ऐसे कुछ करते हैं आप या?
Not exactly, but I need to do it. Maybe I'll sit with you for this.
How about you, Karan? How about you? Do you focus कि ये 5-6 दिन 7 दिन मैं सिर्फ पढ़ाई लिखाई पे डालता हूँ क्योंकि वो एनर्जी लेके दिन में पूरे साल भर काम करता हूँ?
So what I do, focused learning में we can there is a scope for improvement, but every 1.5 hours after my office hours, I keep on at least searching for new areas and learning about new things which I need to
Improve in
or
the business,
equip in, just not in the business and for the company, both. So probably 4 hours a week. You can say.
Is the
I
goal.
try to maintain that.
Wonderful. Sir, how about you?
More discipline.
I am again the gratitude to my parents. I am connected to three spiritually gurus, which includes Gaur Gopal Das ji, Gyanavatsal ji and Mukundana ji. And I keep on listening their videos since last more than 12-13 years. And I keep sharing with my next generation also. So this is one which helps me in keeping my attitude very strong. And second is, of course, I also read books. Normally, I can say no exaggeration, but 14 to 15 books in a year. Yes, I keep on. And the one which I love, which is probably loved by many top executives, is 7 Habits. And that I keep reading again and again also. Because every next time you read that book, it will give some extra points for you to implement in this.
Wonderful. Very nice. Very nice. See, what is your message to those entrepreneurs who start off, do it very passionately well, but कोई ना कोई स्ट्रगल चलती रहती है लाइफ में. What is your message to them? मतलब वो बिजनेस आगे ही नहीं बढ़ा पाते. You've now scaled it up, or you scaling it up, you doing it more. क्या सीख देना चाहेंगे इनको?
No, I think we have seen across all stories that every story is a pain and pleasure. So to minimize the pains, you have to keep learning, and that's the only way. And today it has been proved to the world that wherever there is a Saraswati, the Lakshmi will come.
क्या बात है. So it's not reverse.
It's not the other way around. It's not the other way around. And with Saraswati, probably you will also have a peace of mind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So learn and get your Lakshmi well. Huh?
Yes.
So that's how it is.
Yes.
What would you suggest, fellow entrepreneurs like you or of your age, कि अगर वो family business में है तो क्या करें, कैसे patience रखें, कैसे साथ में काम करें family के साथ? Because this is my experience also. I'm just sharing. It is equally difficult for the second generation to get involved in the first generation, isn't it? So ऐसा नहीं. So आपकी learnings क्या हैं उसकी? क्या बताना चाहेंगे आप?
The major part is, I think you should be in a surrender mode for initial few of the years. So that is the major part which I'll say. You have a faith. Now once you have decided you are trusting someone, so trust it 100%. Now once you have trusted it, then you will be able to...
Don't apply your brain.
Don't apply your brain for some years.
For
some years. And once now, after a few years, once you are able to get something, then you can try to focus on those things.
Wonderful. What is your message to as young as people who wants to start up, typically जिनको start up करना है, कुछ ना कुछ खुद का शुरू करना है?
Then it's very simple. What I in the course of years, 5-6 years that I've been here, recently I realized more than money right now, time is very important for us. So how I invest that is extremely important. That will decide the rest 25 years of my life.
क्या बात.
So I got to know that after 5 years, the entrepreneurs who want to start now, I mean, they better understand the importance of time.
Serious
consideration about this point.
Wonderful.
Where you invest this.
Wonderful. Right.
I would love to add here, just you talked with Samir. Becoming a king is definitely good, but maintaining the kingdom is very, very difficult.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So these are certain messages that we are taking from today's episode of Inspiring India Movement. Friends, we are sitting with Mohan Anturkar ji. We are sitting with Samir Anturkar and Karan Anturkar. M Square Engineers is the company. You see all the details given below. If you want to join the company as a vendor, as a supplier, as an employee, as a customer, you definitely need to visit them, look at their expertise in engineering, look at the way they operate. This is a place that you should definitely look for a growing business. Well, I will see you in the next episode of Inspiring India Movement with focusing on a new business. Thank you very much. So share this video, share this interview with everybody who you think is a family business or want to get into family business, and they should understand the culture of a family business, and to share it with them. If you've liked what we're doing, which is a unique way of presenting the information, which is realistic, जो हमने बनाई नहीं है, जो बनी हुई है, और जिस तरीके से हम आपके सामने उसे पेश कर रहे हैं, अगर आपको उसे अच्छा लग रहा है तो ज़रूर लाइक कीजिएगा. And of course, if you've not subscribed the channel, do subscribe the channel, because a lot of good content, absolutely free of cost for you, is coming over. Alright, so stop the video right now, subscribe the channel, and I'll make sure that you get a small tinkle when you get into the next episode of Inspiring India Movement. Thank you.